Good morning, everybody. How do you feel? Ooh. How do you feel today? Say it loud so you can hear how you feel. Thank you for saying how you feel. My name is Mr. Channing. Would you like to read a book with me today? I have a book I'd like to read with you. It's right over here. I'm going to grab it. Just a second. 1, 2, 3. This book is called MORE-IGAMI, which is an unusual word, not one that I've heard outside of this book. We're going to find out what it means by reading it. The book is called MORE-IGAMI by Dori Kleber, illustrated by G. Brian Karras, published by Candlewick Press. Would you like to read this book with me today? I like this book. Now, this is Joey. Right there. You say hello, Joey. Hello, Joey. Joey loved things that folded. Things that folded over. What is Joey admiring there on his plate? Is it a taco? You know all about tacos, right? Tacos is when you take a tortilla and you put some delicious stuff in the middle and you fold it over. Very nice. And what's this next to it? A napkin? A folded over napkin. Also very interesting. Interesting to Joey, because it's folded. Interested to anybody else who appreciates fine folded objects. He collected old road maps. Have you ever seen a big map like this? It's all folded up, and when you unfold it, it can be enormous, and it shows you where all the streets and highways are. Some people just use their phone for that. What if your phone runs out of battery? You might be very glad that you have a paper map with you, because paper does not run out of batteries. It's true. He played the accordion. That's right, the accordion, an instrument that's all folded up. It gets big and small when you play it. Thanks to those folds. He slept in a fold-away bed. Have you ever seen a bed like this? A bed that folds up during the day and then you unfold it at night? It looks like Joey is sleeping in this while it's partially folded up. Does that look comfortable to you? I mean, whatever works for you. You sleep how you want to sleep. Me, I like a flat bed. Now, one day, Sarah Takamoto's mother came to school. There they are. She took a plain piece of paper. She folded it, so Joey must already be pretty interested, and flipped it, floop, and pulled it, bloop, until it became... What do you think it's going to become? A crane. Look at this. It's like a little sculpture made out of paper of a bird. A bird with its wings spread out with a long tail and a long beak called a crane. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen a crane before? Or maybe if you live here in Oakland, you might have seen some egrets and some herons. With long necks. How interesting. Did she use any glue? No, I didn't see her. Did she use any scissors? No, I didn't see her. Did she draw anything on it? No, I didn't see her draw anything on it. She just folded it and flipped it and pulled it. What is this called? Joey's eyes popped. His jaw dropped. Mrs. Takamoto called it origami. Can you say that? Origami? Have you heard that word before? Origami is very interesting.
I want to make origami,
Joey told her. Will you teach me? I can show you the folds, she said, but if you want to be an origami master, you will need practice and patience. What do you think? Do you think he's going to try? I think he's going to try. Now, Joey started that afternoon. He practiced on his notebook paper and on the construction paper from the art shelf. But even his simple shapes were crooked and crumpled. Well, he's just getting started. So he practiced on his homework, and on the newspaper, and on his sister's sheet music. His sister is trying to do her own practice. She's trying to practice the violin, but she can't read the music on the paper because the paper's all folded up. And he practiced on all the gift wrap and on the recipe for Aunt Vivian's pineapple surprise. Delicious. Is he unfolding these things when he's done? He's just leaving them folded up everywhere. And on the $38 in Mom's purse. Now, probably not a good idea to go into your mom's purse looking for things to fold up. This folding has to stop, said Mom. Joey drooped. What does that mean? Can I see you droop like this? Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like drooping? I think everybody has sometimes. How would he ever become an origami master without practice? Do any of these look quite like a crane? No, he's not quite there yet. He needs some more practice. How is he going to do it, though? He went next door to Muy Mexicana. The Mexican restaurant. The taqueria. Fajitas always made him feel better. Oh, there's Mr. Lopez. Joey, Mr. Lopez sang. Hey, what's wrong? It takes practice and patience to be an origami master, Joey said. But whenever I practice, everybody else loses their patience. Many artists are misunderstood, amigo, said Mr. Lopez, especially when they are just learning. Well, that's true. That's true. He's not a master yet. He's learning. Is there anybody who can be a master without learning at all? Is anybody born knowing how to do origami? No. Everybody who can do it, learned it. That's true of just about everything. Mr. Lopez is bringing out some fajitas. You know what fajitas are? Fajitas are delicious. A little box of hot tortillas, nice and warm, and a sizzling cast iron tray of peppers and onions and meat, or sometimes tofu, depending on the place you go. Might be some other things mixed in there. I have had mango in a fajita before. It was delicious. And it smells delicious, and it sounds delicious because when they bring it out to the table, it is sizzling. Now, what did Joey do while he was waiting for the fajitas? What is this? Is that his napkin? And he folded it up? He folded it up? Huh. What's that? Mr. Lopez asked, pointing to Joey's napkin. A pyramid, said Joey. I'm sorry. No, don't apologize, Mr. Lopez said. I like it. It makes the table look fancy. That's true. Could you make more? Joey grinned. I could make 100. Well, that's a big number, Joey. You think you can do it? Why did Joey apologize for folding that napkin up in the first place? Sounds like he's worried about what everyone thinks about him folding all the time. He folded so much that people started to get kind of sick of it. In fact, maybe they weren't really sick of his folding. Maybe they were sick of his folding without asking for special paper to do it, and without unfolding things after he was done practicing. But in his mind, they're just tired of him folding things. He thought Mr. Lopez might feel the same way. But instead, Mr. Lopez feels the opposite. Mr. Lopez loves that napkin folding. You want to see what happens next? So Joey folded and folded and folded until pyramids perched on every table in the restaurant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 folded napkins. And then, each day after school, Joey went back to Muy Mexicana. He folded napkins into fans. He made candlesticks, and then he tried crowns. Some napkins toppled. Others flopped. Did Joey give up? He kept folding until they were perfect. Now, was he trying to fold a bunch of cranes? No, he was trying a bunch of other shapes. Crane is very difficult. So he did some easier shapes, and the ones that were a little bit harder, and a little bit harder, and a little bit harder. And finally, he was ready to try the most difficult fold of all. He took a crisp napkin. He folded it. He flipped. He pulled. Pull. What's it gonna be? It worked. Crane! How wonderful. He did it. He did it. At last, he was an origami master. He did it. How do you think he feels? Do you think he feels proud? He's got a right to feel proud. He worked very hard until he could do something just the way he wanted to do it. Do you think he feels happy? Do you think he feels thankful? He might want to say thank you to Mr. Lopez. Thank you for letting me come here and fold these napkins and unfold them and fold them again until I got that practice and that patience that I needed. Now, just then, a girl walked in. She was waving a paper fan. Oh, a folded up paper fan? A folded up paper fan? Her eyes popped. Her jaw dropped. Did you make that? She asked. Joey nodded. Hang on, this paper is not working with me. Okay, here we go. She is just admiring this napkin crane. Mr. Lopez. I can show you how, said Joey, but I should warn you. It takes practice and lots of patience. The end. Thank you for reading that book with me. Let's put it back on the shelf. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Now, have you ever done origami before? I have some origami here that I can show you. You want to see some? In fact, I think it's over here. This is a very unusual origami piece because this is a lot of origami glued to something. But if you look here, you can see what? A lot of pieces of paper, all different colors, lots of points, lots of wings, lots of beaks, lots of tails. Are these all a bunch of cranes? How interesting. Now, would you like to learn how to fold a paper crane? Well, so would I. I don't know how to do it. But I do know how to do a different piece of origami. Would you like to see that? Let's do it. And if you have a square piece of paper like this, you can do it along with me. You want to? You can go ahead and pause the video right now if you want to, and I'll still be here waiting when you come back. Or you can just watch me do it first.
You are not done.
I'm not done. I'm about to do some origami. You want to watch me do it? Did you have fun outside?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Go for a little walk.
A little of a walk. Where did you go?
Nowhere.
Did you go in front of Nunu's?
No.
Yeah, we did.
You went in front of Gregory's? Mm-hmm.
So why don't you unbuckle the Velcro first so it's easier to get up?
I can do.
Okay. Alright, can you bring them in here to the shoe rack and then come get your baby Bill? Bring your sandals into the shoe rack first. See the shoes? You get them. They're your shoes.
Sid, you're a big kid. You can put those shoes up on the shelf by your own self.
Put them by the shoe rack.
Stop that game.
It's not a game. That's just a responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have an important job to do. You got to put your shoes away so nobody trips over them.
You cannot ruin them.
What if Mr. Tusks walks out and he trips on one of your sandals and he falls on his butt?
He can do that.
And he says, "Auga!"
But if I'm walking right here and I don't see your shoe and whoa! I stepped on it and ouch! I hurt my foot. You gotta put them on the shoe rack. No, I'm gonna put my shoes on the shoe rack.
But I didn't lift.
Well, but you knew you were standing on top of it.
Yeah.
You need to pick them up and bring them in here.
It's too dirty on that one.
Yeah, we'll hold it from the top.
Thank you, Sydney.
You put them on the bottom shelf if you want them to stay. Thank you so much. Now in the fridge, where our baby Bills.
All right. Did you find a square piece of paper? All right, great. All origami that I know of starts with a square piece of paper. Not a rectangle, which is what a lot of pieces of paper are. Not a triangle. Not a dodecahedron. But a square. Now the first thing we're going to do is turn this square into a triangle. Why do we even get a square then if we're going to turn it into a triangle? Well, you're going to see. How can we turn this square into a triangle? Do you see any triangles in here? Now, if you've ever had a square sandwich that was cut into two pieces, you might have seen a square get turned into a triangle. We're going to do something very similar here. We're going to make a line right down this middle part. Let's do it. I'm going to take these two corners, pinch them together, make a little taco, and boom. Oh, oh. Ah, a triangle. My folds are a little bit messy. That's all right. I'm still practicing. I'll take this triangle, put the big flat side up at the top while I'm looking at it, like this. And now, I'm going to make some ears. ears. What is this going to be? We'll find out.
A khaki.
Let's see. I'd like my ears to be one ear right here. And I'd like one ear right here. Ah, you see how I did that? Now, it was a triangle. And now, something that has ears. Very interesting.
Okay.
And now, one more little thing we're going to do. We're going to take this little bit at the bottom. Let's make a nose. Fold it up. Should we fold it in again? No, I think I'll just leave it there. What do you think about that? I see it has a little nose at the bottom. Now, one more thing we can do. Now, Sarah's mother, Mrs. Takamoto, she didn't use any markers. We can use some markers. This is our own thing. Should we go get a marker? Okay, let's go do it. I had a marker right here. If you want to pause the video and go get a marker, go right ahead. I'm going to use purple with my red paper, and I'm going to put one eye right here,
What is it gonna be?
one eye right here, and I might color in the nose a little bit too. And what is it? Woof, woof, woof.
A dog.
Is this a dog? Does this look like a little dog face? What did we make this out of?
Paper.
Paper. One piece of paper. And if we want, we can unfold the whole thing, make a square again, and we can fold it back up, make it back into a dog face. There's no glue, there's no scissors, there's just folding and a little bit of marker. This is called origami. And if you want to learn more about origami, there's a lot of wonderful books you can read, a lot of wonderful videos you can watch. And in fact, this book that we just read has instructions for how to make an origami ladybug at the back. So if you check this book out from the library, you can read all about how to make that origami ladybug too. Thank you so much for reading this book with me. Thank you so much for folding a dog with me. And my dog and I will see you next time. Woof, woof. Is that true? Oh my goodness, I didn't know.